Good morning, thriving warriors and those who wish they were. Alexa, what's the date?
It's Saturday, November 26th.
Good. And Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 6:36 a.m.
Great. Alexa, what is the weather?
Right now in Amargosa Valley, it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather with a high of 63 degrees and a low of 35 degrees.
Okay. So yesterday was 33.62. This is 35.63. So a little bit warmer. Okay, so it's Saturday morning. What does that mean? That means we have another opportunity to make things happen. And it also means you can't scare me. I have 5 daughters. Okay, well, this is day number 1 with the horses. So that's kind of cool, right? Right, now we just got to have people do the chores to make sure that the horses are fed. So I went out to give them a little appetizer until somebody comes in here to feed them properly and make sure their water is right and pick up the horse manure, as it were. So we shall proceed on. Good morning, Charlene. Good morning, Diana. Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Jeff. Glad that you're there. Glad that you're here. We need horse people. Horse people. So we got these horses because Todd was the horse person. Everybody who knows horses assumes that those of us who don't know horses can just take care of the horses. Oops. So here comes somebody. Good morning. So need you to feed the horses.
Yeah, I was gonna do the pop first.
Okay. All right, good. So Shane is in here. He is going to feed the horses. So what I did is I gave them half a flake each because I wasn't sure what time anybody was coming in. Do you remember what they said?
Whole flake each bag, 1 bag each flake.
Okay. So they got 2/3 of one, or maybe half a flake, a quarter flake.
Right.
So there's what's left of the first flake is there,
Okay.
and then plus 1 more flake.
Okay.
Okay, great. Good job, Shane. Teamwork is dream work. Okay, I feel much better. All right. Well, so for the people who are here, we know why we are here. This is for the purpose of helping get people from point A to point B, where B is better. And are we getting better? I don't know. I think we are. I know we're getting better here at Amargosa. We've got horses. Today is the septic day, the day we trench out, try to find the bad part of the line. And I have to be in Las Vegas today at 3 for a haircut. So we will work around that schedule. All right, what else do we have here? Shane? Hold on. There's coffee in here.
Oh.
Okay, so I make coffee every day, but people seem to forget that I make coffee every day unless I remind them or tell them. But here we are, and it is 4 minutes and 28 seconds into it. And once again, we had somebody thinking, not asking, and the good coffee grounds were thrown out. Okay. Boom. All right. So next. Some memes from today's talk. Like attracts like. You are a magnet. Whatever you are is what you attract. If you're negative, you attract negative people. Why is that? Because positive people don't like hanging out with negative people. Misery loves company. Okay, so Shane,
That's
you're not making another pot of coffee, are you?
What?
You're not making more coffee, right?
No.
Okay, all right, good.
As far as making some cream for the cup.
I see. Okay. Okay. Like attracts like. People who are negative attract negativity. Why? Well, partially because positive people don't like hanging around negative people. And sometimes you feel better when you're around people who also share stories of how screwed up their life is. So think of yourself as a magnet. We attract what we are. We attract what we are. That was kind of very clear yesterday when we got the help of Nevada Outreach, of Kathy McKenna, her husband, Jessica Barlow, her husband, all coming out. Not only coming out, they went to the horse place. They talked to the horse lady. They called furriers. They called vets. They did that. They transported the people all the way out here. They took care of the horses. They made the horses feel good. They got some of the tack that we needed. They did all of that because they wanted to help. And they wanted to help because they felt appreciated and because it was the right thing to do. Because clearly, I don't know anything about horses, other than the fact that people like horses and horses can help people who have problems. Also, I'm happy to report that Monday we will be getting 2 more veterans. I'm not sure whether they will be coming to Amargosa or to Pahrump. Also, like attracts like. Next Saturday, Dave Schmeck, Randy Bissell, and son Damien. Dave Schmeck's son Damien will be coming out here for about a week to help us implement our the spiritual foundation of our program, our Bible studies course. I should get the books out here. Those things so that we can implement it in the people we have and then continue it on and then propagate it throughout our correspondence courses in the prisons. Today's motivational video also focused on the four reallys. Really. If you do these 4 things, if you have these 4 reallys, you will get what you want. So the first one is a wish. You really want your wish to come true. That's the first really. The second really is desire. So you take your wish, turn it into a desire by asking for it. So you have to not just, I wish this would happen. You have to desire it to happen. And the way to create a desire is to ask someone or something. Could be your own brain. I call it priming the RAS. But you have to ask. You have to prime the RAS. You have to actually want the thing to happen. You have to desire for it to happen, not just wish that it happened. The third really is intentions. Intend. You have to intend for it to happen. In other words, you have to do certain things for it to happen. You just can't sit back and say, I wish I was successful. Please let me become successful, and then sit on your couch. So I would say Jeff would be a good example of going out there and making things happen if Jeff is still there. So it looks like we have 2 people. Jeff, are you still there? But Jeff is just going out and making things happen, finding opportunities, getting things to happen. So you have to intend it. Then you have to have passion. It's not enough to do something because you need to pay the bills. You have to want to do it. You have to wake up in the morning looking forward to doing what you need to do, what needs to be done. Okay, moving right along because time is racing. We're at 10 minutes. We should be almost done by now. I'm going to work on getting these things down to 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes of action-packed excitement. Today's video that goes along with our 4-week correspondence course, our basic training course, I should say, is Steve Jobs' commencement speech at Stanford. Great speech. Breaks it down very well, talks about his life. Breadcrumbs will connect. Looking back, the breadcrumbs will connect. You have to have something you're passionate about, etc. Great motivational video. Next, let's move on to Seth Godin, Seth blog. You left out the all caps part. This one was kind of hard for me to comprehend, but let's see if we can make sense of it the fourth time around. Rewind. If you see a set of rules that don't make sense, that are overly stern, that seem designed to be off-putting instead of helpful, it's possible that the poster is leaving part of the memo unsaid. Poster, I would say, meaning the person who posted it, or the poster, the thing that's on the wall. It could be something like, now imagine this is in all caps. It could be something like, the last customer was unfair and unkind, exclamation point. And so the list of rules to make sure that never happens again, even if the next customer isn't like that at all. Or, we're still reeling from the unexpected thing that is probably never going to happen again, but one way to deal with the trauma is to erect significant barriers so we're sure it won't happen again. Or, these are all different posters. We got into this business because we thought we loved books and the people who buy them. But the real reason is that we mistakenly thought we could make a good living without annoying people bothering us, especially customers and people who can bring us customers. This is much harder than we thought. And well, maybe if we make a lot of rules, people will leave us alone. That's all. Those are all caps. Now, regular caps. You certainly don't have to put all caps part in when you publish your rules, but it might be helpful to write it out to be sure it's what you really want to be implying. Okay, so now that makes me think re-examine the business you're in and the all caps bar. So I don't get this one. This one is beyond my ability to comprehend. So is anybody out there? Is anybody out there? There's Todd, Charlene, anybody out there? Just so I know that this is working. Hello. Is anybody out there? Come in, over. Charlene, yesterday was the only easy day. What? Okay, I guess that means you're out there. All right, so moving right along. Unfortunately, we're at 14 minutes. Navy SEAL maxim. Okay, people. So we're kind of like preaching to the choir. The good news is this week we got Wada Bevy and Catman Joe. Jeff came on once. Greg came on once. We've got to do a little bit better at getting more people. It should not be that hard. Let's figure out what we need to do to get more people, because clearly the message is falling on deaf ears. We want to expand this to include certain things. So maybe we need to do a complete overhaul of it. Maybe we need to do a complete overhaul. Maybe talk about the 4 legs of the table. So I'm just spitballing here, 4 legs of a table. If you have a table with 4 legs, it should be sturdy, right? You have a table with 3 legs, wobbly, precarious, and depending upon the nature of the table, not really stable. Does a two-legged table work? A two-legged table that's designed to have 4 legs? Because absolutely, you can go to a diner, you see a table, there's 2 legs, but each leg has 2 feet, right? They're broad. That's a typical type of table. The table I'm sitting at is actually an 8-legged table. What? Yeah, it's an old desk. What are the 4 legs? Well, we have physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Can you be successful with 3 of those? Sort of. Yeah. You could be physically fit, mentally fit, emotionally fit, but not spiritual, and you can make it. Can you have 2 of those? You're physically fit and emotionally fit, but you're not spiritually fit or emotionally fit. Probably not. So maybe we need to restructure this to be a 10-minute quick talk on the 4 legs of the table. So we briefly spend a couple minutes on each leg. Think about it. But other than that, yesterday was the only easy day. How do we move from point A to point B? Yesterday was the only easy day. Today I have to do a little bit more, get comfortable being uncomfortable, etc. Charlene, don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Have a plan with C5. The C5 additive. The plan needs to be clear, concise, compelling, consistent, and committed to be samurai. Charlene says H hordes. Humility, hard work, ownership, responsibility, discipline, and sacrifice. How about and cut? Because we're at 18 minutes. Ooh, too long. And cut. Good. And cut. And cut.